Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Jamal. Um, I know it's been a little over a week since the last time I posted a video. It's been a very, very challenging few weeks, but I needed to get on here and share part of some recent conversations and an event I was a part of yesterday. So, the event I was a part of yesterday um, was the memorial of my mom's best friend, who I refer to as my second mom. And personally, I don't like funerals. I just don't like the entire situation. But the celebration of life, the memorial they had for my second mom, was beautiful. It's probably the type of event that I would like to have, you know, when the time comes for mine. Very similar. But what was very interesting about it is that I saw people that I haven't seen for various time frames. I was fortunate enough to see my second mom probably about a week before she passed while she was in hospice. And I hadn't seen her since I think the pandemic has started. No, I take that back. I'd seen her one time at the beginning of the pandemic. Um, and and so I saw various people that a few I'd seen a few weeks ago while visiting her at hospice, and then people, 5, 10, 20, and some I hadn't even seen in over 30 years. And it was nice. It was nice, and it really got me to thinking about, we talk about life, what is life, what's going on, and I'm gonna give my opinion. Everybody who has a forehead has an opinion. So my opinion about life, some aspects of life, is it comes down to belief, experiences, and relationships. And I'm going to explain. Really, the first thing about the beliefs is I learned over 20 years ago, going through I guess you would call it a personal development program that corporation I was working for at the time, they paid for myself and your spouse, actually, your significant other, to go through this, how should I say, this program. And it was literally the cost of the program 20 years ago was like over $2,000 a person. And one of the biggest things that I learned during that time frame was that our actions are based upon what we believe to be true and not necessarily the truth. Let me say that again. Our actions are based upon what we believe to be true, but not necessarily the truth. So one of the examples that they gave during this time frame or through this program was that there's a famous race down in Australia, and I forget, can't remember the cities exactly. It might have been running from Sydney to Melbourne, but what had happened was basically everyone who was running this race, they ran it a certain way. And a certain way was that they ran for like 8 or 10 hours, maybe even 16 hours, and then they slept for 8 hours. And so there was a gentleman that was running the race, and he was just a farmer, and he was wearing overalls and certain other things. And so the reporters were interested in hearing about, why this guy wants to run this race. And it was like, it was just something on his bucket list he wanted to do. And they were asking him about his preparation. And he was like, well, I just heard my livestock on my farm, by running behind him. And he would shuffle his feet. That's the other thing that should be stated. And let me shout out the program too. The organization who did the program is called the Pacific Institute. Folks, if you want, shout out to the Pacific Institute. They're still around. The name of the program that I took back in the day was called Investment in Excellence. Excellent program. I'm not even sure if they still do it. I still have the audio tapes, so that lets you know how long ago it was. But getting back to the story that they give, so this guy, who didn't hadn't had any formal training, they were kind of laughing at him because he didn't have a special running shoes, he didn't have a special outfits and everything else. But turned around, and this dude ended up not only winning the race, but he ended up setting a new record on the course. And so what came to be realized is that since he didn't go through any sort of training in this, that, and the other, that he didn't know that you were supposed to stop and sleep. I'm laughing because, all he did was run straight through. He shuffled straight through and he ended up winning and he set the course record. And to give you further proof about this or this sort of situation, if you remember, before I think it's Banneker is his last name. I can't remember if it was Roger Banneker, but he was the first one to break the 4 minute mile because nobody thought before that 4 minute mile was broken. They were like, it will never happen. No human can run faster than a 4 minute mile. And then right as soon as he did it, then everybody else started breaking 4 minute miles and even breaking his record. So, so of course this guy wins the race and everybody's just amazed. But guess what? Now the trained athletes, just started running through. And guess what? They broke that guy's record. But up until that point, he didn't know that you were only supposed to do this particular way. And you got to remember that, the system is out here training us. And if you're not looking for, why it is that certain things are happening or, they are telling you that you got to have these credentials or that credentials, or they are telling you you can do this or you can't do that, whatever. You can believe it if you want to. And you're going to get basically what you believe. So remember, there could definitely be a difference between what you believe to be true and what the actual truth is. The other thing is about the experiences. If you believe that you can have certain experiences in your life, then you'll have them eventually, or you'll run out of time. If you don't believe that you can't have certain experiences in your life, guess what? You're not going to be able to have those experiences. So, it is what it is. And then the other thing, like I said, is relationships. Relationships. So, I was looking at the memorial and the event and how, how many people turned out, what was stated, what people's memories were around my second mom. And, not only did she take and give birth to her own children, but she also took foster children in and she ended up adopting a group of siblings and just took care of them. And her house was just such a place of love, laughter, and enjoyment. She also provided tough love. I just learned so much just being in the environment around, my second mom. And her name was Diane Jackson. But yeah, she will be dearly missed. But I just wanted to share those thoughts and some experiences. Um, I'll have to do another video to talk about some of the other conversations that I've had this week. But again, like, comment, subscribe, share. In the descriptions, I'll have some links to our new platform, our new website, Max Success for Life .com, Max Success for Life, the number 4.com. Everyone have a wonderful, blessed, and profitable day. Peace.